Simple as that. Bit of a noob, I don't see why they don't do PvP. I guess that's the only fill that void. It's just because it's not the game, man. Like, some games don't have it. Like, just because you want it doesn't mean it's wrong for it not to have it. Like, Mass Effect has never been about you beating another player. Bungie is always, like, between Halo and now Destiny, that's always been a huge, crucial part of their game. Like, I don't think Mass Effect would work well as a competitive multiplayer game at all. You know? Okay. Well, looks like my alerts might just have to stay broken, so that makes me really sad. I will try to, and I guess that means I can also put this over here then, since why not, right? So yeah, sorry. Dell with 28 months. Love you. You're fantastic. Am I gonna have the extended cut? Oh yeah, why wouldn't I? Absolutely I will. Alright, let's go. Let's get started, shall we? Okay. Back on the Normandy. So, we just rescued Liara from the ruins. And that's basically the last thing we did. We have not done any other of the main critical mission types yet. So yeah, how much money do I have? Living under equipment? I don't even know where to... Ahaha! 11,000 credits. Okay. Okay. I doubt I'll be able to actually purchase, like, any of the nicer armors, but I can definitely look. Hey, Vibronium. How's it going? I did, Dell. It looks nice. I did. I'm doing good, Base. Hello.
Looking for supplies?
Yep.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay. So, there's no way in hell I can afford the Spectre Master Gear until forever from now. But I'll probably pick up the pistol first, just because that's what I'm proficient with. I like how the sniper is, like, the highest damage. But, like, I don't know. Pistol has such quick fire. Rate of fire, at least. Okay. Okay. Just for sheet has better accuracy, but the damage is lower. Man, I forgot how, like, everything kind of isn't that good for quite some time. I get a biotic amp, though. Higher cooldown bonus. I don't even know. I guess it's kind of maybe loot for a little while. Save my money until I can get something a little bit better. Speaking of that, did I pick up anything that's worth a dang? I don't know if I did. Well, I don't really care about the assault rifles right now, since I'm not really going to use them. Though I really should, because I'm trained in them now, right? I don't know. Gunny resub. See, I need to hear the sounds, and I'm sad that I can't hear them, because now I don't know, because I'm focusing on stuff. Thanks for the 26 months, Gunny. I love you. You're fantastic. Appreciate you. My alerts are busted, which makes me incredibly annoyed and sad. I hope you understand I still love you. Do. I don't even care about sniper. Do I actually have any upgrade? No, I thought I might have had one great upgrade. Grades are stupid powerful, too. I gotta use them more often. Yeah, I'll stick with the Avenger. Really? I don't remember what combat sensor does. which is interesting. Synthetics. Why not? Not a whole lot to do. Alright. I've already talked to Rex a bunch. I really don't care about Ashley.
Commander, how are you?
Got anything to talk about?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
My best friend.
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers.
Devil Assassin,
I
thanks for
wanted
the
to fight
resub too.
injustice, wanted to
I
help.
almost said that red dino. Thanks for tagging me,
I guess my
guys.
father
Appreciate
had
it.
something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Aww.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My
Hey,
father's
Chaos.
a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
What?
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it.
He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I mean, I'm pretty offended.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
I kind of want to say it's true, but I don't want the Reddit. You know what? Fuck it.
You're a quick learner, Garrus.
Yep.
We'll beat him at his own game.
Drawing hearts. Thanks
It's
for
the
the brand
only
new
way to
sub.
stop someone like him.
Welcome back. I love you.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Yep. Okay. Got anything else to say, Rex?
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Whew.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges
Why is
of
Shepard
the
being
terminal
aggressive to that
systems.
statement?
They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that
Damn.
open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
Oh, Bryn, thanks for
I
the
don't
4
know
months,
what he
man. Welcome
wanted.
back.
He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Thanks for the resub too, Willie Badman. No, it's funny. I honestly don't remember a lot of like the really deeper lore and stories of Mass Effect 1. Like I really don't. I know like everything for like the top level story, right? But I apparently have forgotten everything in regards to how each of like the characters interacts with the story for the most part, it seems. Minus like a few critical moments. So I'm actually like remembering and relearning about all this stuff too.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards.
They were all
But they were no match for us.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right.
He's
Every
an
other merc on that
asshole.
mission turned up dead within a week. Every
Damn.
damn one.
Already bothering about the genophage. What's up with
Are
the
your
extinction?
people really dying?
That's like a hard
We're
juxtaposition.
sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
I could talk to Ashley, but I still refuse. Oh, Tali's down here. That's right.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Why are you sad?
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds.
Oh, she's homesick.
Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You don't ever go back.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could
Snuggle
never
butt, thanks for
abandon my
18.
people, Shepard.
Love you.
I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
All right. Tell me about the
Tell me
quarry
about
some
your
more.
people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our
Oh, I forgot
population
about
grows
that.
too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Thanks for the resub, Mage.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Man, that's like so interesting. Kato Sledge, thank you for the 5 months. Fuck. Each of the races just feels so fucking interesting. I feel like you don't learn a lot about the Volus, or later on like Batarians. But then again, maybe I missed stuff or I'm not remembering right. But like the Quarians and Turians, even like, later on the Geth and Krogan, it's so freaking cool. This whole universe is so lively. And there's just so much to learn. We'll learn about the Geth later. We already know about our pilgrimage, so we'll say bye for now.
Go.
See you later.
Sorry to hear that, Tyson. That's rough, man. Up the elevator. The one racing the motions out loud. Oh no, yeah, it's the that's the Elcor. Which, where are you at? There you are. Elcor say that because apparently every other race didn't understand like their emotional tones. Now they have to say it. Little Elcor friend. Dude, the Volus. Oh my gosh, the one Volus who's a biotic god. Is that in this game or is that in Mass Effect 2? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But that quest is great. He's just high on drugs. He thinks he's a biotic god. Okay, so I've talked to them. Liara's office should be here. Apparently, my instance should be back up and running for subs. So hopefully, I'm gonna reset it one last time. Hopefully the next something that comes in actually functions properly. That's Mass Effect 2? Okay, I couldn't remember. Don't want to talk to... I mean, you're gonna live, so... Let's talk it out, baby.
Commander, do you have a minute?
Yeah,
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
I mean, I'm with you,
The
dude.
Council doesn't want to believe anything's
Council
wrong.
sucks.
I'd call it human nature, but...
There's too
I hear
political.
you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. And it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Wait, no, I don't want a romance.
The kid with a hero goes to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training.
Brain camp.
I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Seems like you beat the odds. How many didn't make it?
Out of 100, maybe 60 have no effect. 30 suffer adverse effects, little things like brain cancer. The other 10 show enough ability to augment with implants. Not always permanent, though. Not like the cancer. Next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero. I mean, how's a kid supposed to deal with that? A station at the edge of human space.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
What'd they do?
And you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was
There's
from
no
Turkey. Her
sound, but it
family was
works.
very rich.
I probably have to reset my
But
sounds,
she was
don't I?
smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Sounds
love
like
her?
she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Sorry, I'm also resetting stuff. Let's do that.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Damn.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
You're right.
Pretty much gave up waiting for the good part.
Bad habit, ma'am. I do tend to run off at the...
I don't want to be an asshole. I just don't want to accidentally, like, go on a relationship
Time,
with
ma'am.
Cade.
It won't happen again.
Oh, okay. I actually kind of feel like an asshole now. I'm sorry. You're not. You're just. So here is my personal problem with Ashley and Caden. So those who don't play Mass Effect, they're basically interchangeable party members because, in my opinion, they have different personalities, but they fulfill the same role, especially in the future games, because like, spoilers, one has to die later on. You have to choose. And so, like, that propels the rest of the games for you, more or less, with that character. So I feel like they had to be similar enough, and all their paths had to be similar enough for them to be interchangeable, so that way they wouldn't have to rewrite the entire game for one character, you know? So that's kind of why I have, like, a problem with Caden and Ashley, is that they just don't... They're not as... Caden's story I actually like. It's not bad, but like it's just the later on games that I don't like them. But Ashley is literally just a jackass. I don't like her at all. Which, I mean, maybe that's the way her character's written, but fuck her.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Like, Caden's life is just super tragic. Like, you know. Yeah.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
The implants.
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
How did you
Nice.
end up serving on an Alliance
Oh, I
ship?
already did this.
I enlisted right out of med school. I wanted
Yep.
to travel, but humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep
I should
Alright,
go.
sorry, I already did that. I love you, tracklist, but I already did that. Hey, and here's Liara. Did she do her brain thing right now? I don't even know.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
I was
You
worried.
look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Dude, she is the
You're in
best.
good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
We needed a
So
full
am I.
biotic crew member, so you just happened to
I
be
know
there.
you
It was
took a
really
chance bringing me
fortunate.
aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
Because you're
It means
really
a lot to
good
hear
in the
you say
second
that,
game.
Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about
Tell
yourself,
me about the
Liara.
Asari.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Do you
You
like
must
it?
enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Don't you try studying me! Push her. That's such like a
Sounds like you want to
polarized
dissect me in a
reaction.
lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only
You're
joking.
such a nerd!
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
Yes.
Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
A lot of rumors.
Like what?
It was
Most of the
sex
inaccuracies
maniacs.
are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
That's impressive. I call
don't
bullshit,
understand.
but that's impressive.
Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
They
Every
die.
relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions.
That
We
sounds
do not
romantic.
focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Conflicting things right there.
Do you know who
So-
Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered species.
Thanks, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained. or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people.
So
it is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union.
They're opposite
She may
Harry
have been
Potter
too
people.
ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as
They
her
want to
offspring.
be mudbloods. Got it.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Maybe something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
I guess I already answered that part. Cool.
I should go.
But we're not doing
Goodbye,
Benezia next.
Shepard.
We're gonna do. Oh, I forget what it's called. Space Monster next. Well, not that Space Monster. That's with Benezia, but you'll see. So, yep, cool. That's everybody. So now I can move on. Wait, I haven't talked to Joker yet. I don't think Joker... Can I even talk to Joker? I don't even know where he is. Oh, I'm on the wrong floor. That'd be why. Whoopsies. Thornax? That sounds right. No, it's not the Rachni. The Rachni Queen is the one with Benezia. Which is interesting. Dude, get all the experience for examining the heat-low bonders.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my metal.
Thorian.
Recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
I'm dumb.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I'd like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Are you contagious?
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know?
Yeah, asshole.
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I mean, what if I did, though?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
It's a good thing you're so
to
humble,
go.
Joker.
All right, see ya.
Yo, is he that guy from Unbreakable? Played KOTOR? I haven't played KOTOR in years, but yes, I have. I honestly remember next to nothing about KOTOR. Okay. Oh, look at that resub. Hey, stuff's working. Amused Barbecue, welcome back. 2-month Twitch Prime resub. By the way, if you have a Twitch Prime sub, odds are it might be up today or tomorrow, so make sure to reuse it somewhere. If you've been using it on the day every single day, it's been up. But yeah, Twitch Prime subs should be potentially falling off for some people. I don't think there's anything else to scan here. I already did one. I think that's it. Okay. Ooh, let's, shit. Well, you did it, Barbecue. You fucking did it. We have a lot of things we can do here, so, yeah. Hydra system and the Argos Row cluster and investigate. Mark all things viewed. So, Hydra system, Argus Row. Okay. I already forgot. I know it's an Argus Row system. Hades Gamma. Ba-ba-ba. Argus Row. Oh, never mind. Nice, tank crew. I will say, for as much as I say that Mass Effect 1 doesn't age well, KOTOR is brutal.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Nice. Now I gotta figure out where to go. Not Varmalus.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Warning, level 2 heat hazard. Met Ghost is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is a mineralogical treasure trove with concentrated heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. Met Ghost is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive any length of time. With its high mass, heat-trapping clouds, and constant volcanic venting, Met Ghost seems well on its way to becoming a Venusian pressure cooker world. 2.8 years for an orbital period, 7,300 kilometers in radius, 47.2 Earth hours, same atmospheric pressure, and about the same gravity as well. All right, land. It's just hot as fuck. Hot as fuck. What DLC are going for each game? I mean, like for this game? I mean, all of them? Okay. I know we're going to fight, so I'm going to round us out pretty well. So I'm probably going to take you. And we haven't taken Garrus yet, so we'll do that. I'll be the only biotic, but that's fine. Boosh.